Hey folks, and welcome to the Truck King YouTube channel and a typical December day here in Ontario. Yes, it is snowing like crazy, and that is appropriate because we are testing a brand new all-terrain tire today from Canadian Tire. So we've brought out two trucks, a Colorado ZR2 and a Ram 2500, and we've brought out their owners to talk about these new all-terrains to see how they stack up. And just to be clear with you, the viewer, Canadian Tire approached us because they like the way that we test things, and I stand by everything you're about to see in this video. But full disclosure, we were compensated and all of the production costs for this video were covered by Canadian Tire. I want to start by telling you why we brought these two trucks today. So this is the Colorado ZR2. That is a mid-size off-road truck, and it's owned by Michael. So we got this truck because it's an off-roader and these are off-road tires. But we didn't just want to show them out in the snow and in the mud. We also wanted a sort of on-road truck, and that's why we have that Ram 2500 owned by Ed. That's an HD. It's meant for towing and hauling. Plus, he's gonna run those tires year-round, so we really wanted a cross-section of trucks to test these tires in all conditions. And now let's jump in and talk a little bit more about these MotoMaster X-Trail all-terrains. So the first thing I do want to tell you is that these tires are actually designed by Cooper. Now, Cooper went out there and designed a tire specifically for MotoMaster though, so you know these things are ready for the winter. And you know it for sure because they do have the 3-peak mountain snowflake rating on them. Now, the other reason these tires are really more ready for winter than others, you can see the tread blocks and the siping. There's quite a bit of siping on this tire to make sure that the water and the snow is going to get ejected and give you good grip. Now, over the last generation of this tire, there's also just more rubber now. The tread blocks are thicker. That's gonna help with longevity. That's gonna help with grip. This MotoMaster Eliminator tire can also fit a wide range of trucks and wheels. The tires you saw on Mike's ZR2, those are on 17-inch wheels. Here on the Ram, that is a set of 20-inch wheels. Oh, and if you are wondering, the wheels here come from Canadian Tire as well. So if you go shopping there, it's a one-stop shop. You get the whole package right from Canadian Tire.
So right now I've got a chance to get behind the wheel of Ed's 2500 Ram because I wanted to get a chance to feel these MotoMaster Eliminator AT tires as well. He, of course, has had about 2 weeks to drive them, and he's actually had better experience because he's had dry, he's had wet. Right now what I'm experiencing is snow. It's coming down pretty hard. We've got about an inch on the ground already, and not that that is difficult in any shape, way, or form. However, it's covering up all the icy patches, which, yeah, I certainly can feel. But my first impression with the tires is, even though I'm getting some spin as I'm starting off, it's not a lot. They grab fairly quickly and then they move ahead. And just in general, they're tracking well. It's and I should mention also that we've been on pavement, and we're right now actually running on dirt just to see how that seems to work. We're a little bit below freezing. That also plays into it, but that aggressive tread certainly seems to be pushing its way through the little bit of accumulation that we have right now. So, Ed, let's specifically talk about, you had OEM tires on your truck before you put these on, right?
Yes. On wet road, just the slightest bit of moisture with the OEM tires, and it was a hairy ride. It was pretty scary. Where these, they hook up right away, and there's very little slippage on wet road, dry road. They're a quiet tire, I find. I mean, they still have an aggressive tread, so there's going to be some road noise, but it's very acceptable.
You mentioned to me that you recently moved your travel trailer. You've got quite a large travel trailer. How big is your unit?
It's about 8,000 pounds, 37 feet.
And you already had the tires on when you went to go get it. Did you have any sense of that experience?
Again, they performed very well. The trucks sat really stable on the road. I can't say anything bad about them towing.
So we've given you an idea. Certainly, I'm feeling that these tires are competent and confident. And you've heard what Ed had to say. Now, granted, this is on-road performance and what we've also experienced on dirt and with the snow coming down today. But as far as off-road is concerned, we're going to go over to Steven and Michael in his ZR2 and see how they're doing.
All right, folks, so now we're off-road here in the ZR2, and there's a ton of water on the property today. Not only has there been a lot of rain lately, but there's been melt. We've had a lot of snow that's already come and gone. So, man, it is deep out here today. So we're getting a good feel for these MotoMasters. So, the first thing I will tell you is just driving around here on the snow, just sort of on the flat ground trails. There's no slip. A lot of times you get out here in vehicles, and even just with a little bit of power, you feel the back end kind of slipping, stepping out, some of that stuff. None of that is here. When I take off, it just takes off, and that's exactly what you want in the snow. So now there is some ice out here today too, and these tires are mountain snowflake rated. So let's see if we can't creep through this pit and see how she feels. Oh, it's breaking in now. The ice isn't too bad over here, though. Nice. The beautiful. Yeah, see, that ice wasn't too bad. And
there's no loss of traction, really.
No, and that's what I was going to say. You know, when you're off-road and stuff like that, sometimes you want to hit it with momentum because you don't have grip, so you want the momentum to carry you. That was the opposite. I had zero momentum, and that really shows you, in my opinion, the mettle, the true test of a tire, right? If it can creep through something like that, you know it's actually in there grabbing, significantly grabbing, and giving you that grip. And, you know, I've been out here in a lot of conditions just like this with a lot of all-terrain tires. So far, these are equally as good than just about everything else I felt. I'm coming back through it now. We do have the rear locked up, which you could feel that too, right? No slippage at all. The truck is just so confident creeping through there. I love that. So you know what I'm thinking now, Mike? I've done enough driving. Maybe you should take it for a little spin and you can give us your thoughts too.
That sounds awesome.
All right. The ZR2 does come with good tires from the factory. They definitely, Chevy doesn't cheap out. But I think the big question in my head back to you now is, you know, does this feel like a bit of a step forward from your original tires? Step up? Or would you say maybe the same?
I would say, well, so far off-roading, I'd say they're pretty even. As far as when I'm day-to-day commuting, it's definitely a step up. You know,
Nice.
There's the noise reduction, there's the roll resistance, and then also, like I mentioned, where the tread blocks are close together, so I don't pick up rocks and stones and start flinging and chipping as often either. So
Nice.
yeah, I'd
Nice.
say
Which
the
is
on-road characteristics of these tires are far superior.
yeah, and as you know, as long as that's the case, as long as you're getting at least the same off-road performance, well then you can't complain, right?
Certainly.
Beauty. Oh yeah, and here's the log here.
Looks like some logs to negotiate in.
Yeah, so these logs fell. We did not place them here. They just fell all by themselves. But let's see if the tires can't grab them and get us over. Oh, nice. And then number 2 right there. Okay, a little slip, but that was because you had both logs at the same time. Now, I will warn you, can you see right up in front of you, there's a big rock down there. You want to stay as close to this tree as you possibly can as you come around this corner. And now we go up our little hill. We call this one Cripple Hill. Let's see how she climbs. Okay, definitely a little slip out of the rear. But that's what you'd expect on a hill. However, it seems like it's kind of clawing through the snow and grabbing the grip. Come on, baby.
I wouldn't say anything negative when you're crawling up a hill on an angle. So
Well, no, right? And that's what you'd expect. It's definitely going to slip someone on that hill. It's a hill, but it eventually finds the grip underneath. And once again, yet another example of zero momentum. You were not carrying any speed into that, and that's what you want. That shows you how the tire is able to really grab, and also how the tire is able to clear itself out, right? Clear out the snow, the mud, and so far so good. Well, folks, we have come to the end of this one, so what is the conclusion? Well, first of all, I have to tell you, it's obvious that MotoMaster is working hard to up the quality of their products, and it shows. When we're talking about these Eliminator X-Trail all-terrains, you're getting a tire that is more affordable than the competition, but it doesn't feel like it once you hit the road, and that's the most important thing. Well, folks, that's it for this video. Now, please go below in the comments. Let me know what you think of these tires and these trucks. As always, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member of the channel, and then come right back here to Trucking to see what we're testing next. See ya.